What up, everyone? Welcome back. Episode 18.
Hi, guys.
Welcome to Banana Bunch. How do you say 18 in Spanish?
18.
That.
Yeah, that. I think on this episode we're going to be getting we're entering the splash zone, if you will, with our Banana Bunch. So that should be fun.
Bananas are not afraid of water. We got this, guys. We thrive on water.
Who said it was water?
Oh, yikes. I'm going to apologize ahead of time, too. Just like last week, I got this lingering cough. I'm hoping it doesn't distract y'all or take away from the viewing experience.
Yeah, but I'm super dizzy, so if I just pass out, I'm still here with you guys in spirit.
Yeah. We won't hold it against you. If you just
Thank you.
flop over, I'll just do the talking for the both of us.
Okay, so you're gonna be answering me. You're gonna be asking questions and answering them as me.
Yes.
Here, I'm gonna pass out on purpose to hear some of this. See what you really think of me.
Right.
Someone really shows their true colors when they're answering questions.
and they're answering it for you too.
Yeah.
Alright, got the chat set up. Alright, bro, so tell me, how's your couple days off been?
Not too bad. Been getting pretty lightheaded lately, but luckily I was able to get it together to do my big run on Friday. Had a 9-mile run. So that was fun.
Man, 9 miles, that's insane to me.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's fun. Other than that, not too much going on here. Just taking care of the kids, having fun. What about you?
I just got done seeing that new Jurassic Park movie.
Oh, was it good?
Have you seen it?
No.
Oh wait, that was Lethal Squirts you saw, right?
Yeah.
It was just like we talked about. The storyline with the humans was bleh.
Yeah.
It honestly did not make much sense. But I mean, every part of the dinosaurs was great.
That's cool.
It was just a bunch of dinosaurs fighting each other the whole movie. I mean, I don't know what more you can ask for. Dinosaurs chasing humans,
I watched Bad Guys, and I super recommend it to everyone. It's so good. So good. I'd say other than maybe Prince of Egypt, which is kind of the masterpiece, as a comedy type of thing, my favorite DreamWorks movie for sure. It was really good.
Is it better than Dark Knight? You like it better than Dark Knight?
The Dark Knight? Was that DreamWorks?
No. I'm just saying.
What? I was like, what? No, I liked it even more.
Prince of Egypt. I cannot think of a better... Prince of Egypt, I don't know if anyone knows, is my favorite movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. It's a masterpiece for sure. It's really, really good. But as a comedy, I would say, the DreamWorks comedy movie, Bad Guys was so good. The comedy was hilarious. The action scenes, the choreography for the car chases and for the fights and all that was out of this world. They literally looked like an anime. It was good.
Awesome.
And the animation was fun to watch too. It was very unique.
Well, with that being said,
but I'm sure it won't compare to this episode of Pokemon though.
Nothing will. Not even Samurai. You ready, bro? Get this banana rolling?
Yeah, everybody come join us in the Splash Zone. We're going to be watching the Tentacruel.
This is the Tentacool Tentacruel episode. This one stands out. Yeah. It's even in the opening credits, the big Tentacruel just backslaps that giant building. And I said in the interview, I literally until the beginning of this year thought that all Tentacruels were that giant. I was so sad to find out they weren't. And he's just a freak of nature. But I feel like this show has had like a lot of like proportionally bigger Pokemon than normal. Like that Dragonite, the Tentacruel. There was another one. It's just. And I believe it's not like the president's, like it's strange.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I didn't think about it. I'm sure, like, even on Pokemon Go, when they're like extra large, they probably weren't as big as as this Tentacruel we're gonna see. All right, well, yeah, I'm excited. This should be a fun episode.
All right. Well, I'm ready.
I'm ready. Let's do this.
Ready to get these bananas in your face?
Yes.
Let's go. Banana beard bros.
Okay. Oh, I love that. Love it.
All right, episode 18 in the books.
Yeah. Much better than last episode. I'll give it that.
Yeah. That's not a high bar to beat.
No, it wasn't. Not at all. Let's see. For encounters, we had Horsey and Tentacool and Tentacruel. Yeah. Did we see any other Pokemon? I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
That's a toughie for me.
Really?
I mean, if we're talking evolutions, bro, Kingdra is...
I was going to say, that's what makes it not a hard decision for me.
Yeah.
That's what makes it the easiest decision of all. Kingdra is a beast.
Yeah, if we're talking Kingdra, then for sure I'd have to go with Horsey. But you'd have to train it for a while, I'm sure. Like in the Pokemon world, trying to get a Horsey to a Kingdra, that's probably a lot of work in real life. Or in real life.
IRL?
Yeah. I can imagine that being really hard work. Because I don't know if that Horsey's going to win many battles at the beginning. I wonder if there's an EXP share in Pokemon World.
I don't know. I know things don't work the same in the show as they do in the games.
Yeah. Or you could just have a Titan Tentacruel.
That's definitely my second option. Man, I'd love to have a giant Pokemon. I would wreak all kinds of havoc.
Yeah. Sorry. I just, like, in my mind, when you said this statement, I did replace Pokemon with penis.
Yeah, if I had that giant penis, I would wreak all kinds of havoc.
Oh, yeah. But Kingdra's pretty fun, too. I like Kingdra. Yeah, I think I would pick a Kingdra, for sure. Horsey, I guess. Oh, man. So, what stood out to you in this episode?
I definitely am curious if... I know they're water poison, but I'm wondering if they're like water psychic too. The way they took control of Meowth's brain. Like that. It also kind of lends me to your alien theory. You know, like... That's definitely not an attribute that jellyfish have. You know, to wrap around someone's head and mentally take over
their bodies.
And that wasn't just that was a little Tentacruel doing that. That wasn't that big mutated one, you know? That was an average Tentacool. It makes me wonder if, like, people with big hats, you know, like, maybe have a Tentacool hiding under there.
Oh,
like,
okay.
We're kind of like a Ratatouille, you know?
Like Muppet Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in the Pokemon world, even in the games, there are Pokemon that they might not have one typing, but have a lot of move sets from that typing. Like, for example, has like psychic moves, but he's just considered a water Pokemon. I think there's a lot of that.
Is Golduck not psychic? This whole time I thought he was water psychic.
No, he's just water.
What? Really?
Yeah, so a lot of Pokemon have they'll have like a big move set from a certain type, but they won't be that type.
Mm-hmm.
So Maybe Tentacool is one of those. I don't remember in the games. I don't remember him learning psychic moves, but it wouldn't have surprised me with those like red domes, like psychic energy coming from them.
I always assume those are just like poison sacs, like snakes have.
Oh yeah. I guess I never thought of them like that. For me, they always just look like, I don't know, like UFO type of domes or something like that. That's why I always looked at them as some kind of alien Pokemon. But there's so many of them. Oh my gosh.
There was definitely a lot of them.
Like they could take over the world if they wanted to, probably.
They have definitely been breeding a lot. There's been a lot of Tentacool orgies going on there.
Yeah. Do you think they could procreate with every single one of their tentacles?
I like to think they have to. I like to think they have to all be in use at the same time.
Yeah. They're monogamous, but it's like with six topula. How would you call that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the design, but I do have to say I love the design of Tentacruel. It was always tough to pick a water Pokemon in Gen 1, I feel like, because there's so many cool looking one. Tentacruel's up there with the really cool looking one.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. What? I think another thing that stuck out to me is like just because I watched like King Kong versus Godzilla a few times here, and I've recently also watched that Rampage movie. It did seem kind of like one of those kind of movies where there's just a gigantic monster and it's just destroying the whole town, and the humans are kind of, the story is about the humans, but really everybody's here to see the giant monster just wreck.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely gave us that vibes with like the faraway shots of Tentacruel just like dancing, you know, doing the bongos on the streets.
He's like,
a lot of shots of him destroying buildings. You know, I definitely think they were going for like a Godzilla vibe.
Yeah, I like a lot of the camera shots too. That scene where Misty's climbing the building, you can see Tentacruel coming up from the back. This episode had a lot of cool shots.
Yeah, I mean, like even the fact that they came from the ocean is a call to Godzilla. You know, like he always comes from the ocean to the shore of Tokyo or to the shore of Japan. You know, which is essentially what happened here too. All of it kind of is calling an homage to Godzilla. You know.
That's true. Yep.
Even the fact that when the damage is done, the enemies, you know, like the conflict is over, he returns to the ocean just like Godzilla does, you know?
And I would also say that Godzilla is one of those movies, sort of like Jurassic World, right? Where the storyline isn't as important as just seeing really cool visuals of Godzilla destroying him.
Yeah, it's definitely on a back burner. Like, when I think back to King Kong versus Godzilla, like you talk about, I don't really remember the human side so much as I do remember the awesome fights between like Godzilla and King Kong and Mechagodzilla, you know?
I would have to say that's probably my favorite movie with a storyline that doesn't make sense.
It is good.
Yeah, it was a very fun one to watch. I personally enjoy movies, big monster movies. I love monster movies, so this is an episode that I love.
I am literally in love with all the Godzilla. This trilogy that they have out with Godzilla, or even if you include the King Kong one, I love that one too. You know, I love these MonsterVerse movies that came out with. They are. Although
I would say that the Kong Skull Island actually did have a really good storyline and had a lot more going for it.
I agree.
Than the Godzilla movies.
Man, that silhouette with King Kong in the sunset, chef kiss.
Yeah. Or just that beginning where he's just wrecking all the helicopters coming in. Oh, there's so many good scenes of those movies. But yeah, this is what we get from this episode, and I'm in for it. I love it. I enjoyed it. As far as storyline goes, I mean, we have an extra, Nestina. I mean, I guess she was kind of necessary for this episode because she's the one causing all the. I don't even remember what she was doing to make the Tentacool upset.
She was building offshore in their habitat.
Okay. So there's that.
I definitely feel like I like the concept of Nestina. I don't like how they executed it. The thought of like a big corporation, you know, like big money, destroying natural habitat, like, is a theme that we deal with in our real life. You know, the Amazon being cut down, natural habitats being extinguished from our real estate. You know, like national parks getting smaller and smaller. You know, all for big corporations who just need more real estate. And I feel like it's definitely like a real life relatable thing, you know. Although animals won't get together and band like in there, but I definitely like the concept they thought of, you know.
Yeah.
I wasn't a big fan of Nestina though, you know, like she was actually kind of annoying to me, you know. She was just very extra, you know.
I think they were going for annoying, obviously, but yeah, I feel like a lot of her personality was, you know, I have money, I want to get my way, and I also have guns and bazookas and bombs.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was. I mean, we also don't have much time for it in a Pokemon episode, but it seemed like she was just completely money driven, and there's no. That's just kind of how she is, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was she's definitely a forgettable. Not my favorite extra. Not, you know, I wouldn't rate her very high. I like Seymour more than her.
I mean, and the weird part was like she never learned her lesson. You know, at the end of the episode, she's landed with her cousin, completely intact and safe, and with the exact same mindset as before. You know.
Yeah.
This town's probably destroyed.
Right.
You know?
All because of her. Yeah. Yeah, not the best extra. But other than that, we have really cool visuals. I love the...
I think Horsey would count as an extra, and I really liked Horsey. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like Horsey was an important character.
Yeah, that's true.
She kind of drove the plot forward, gave the warning. She was motivation for Misty.
Yeah, I imagine. You said you didn't like her?
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah, I did too. Like, if I was thinking about what a Horsey would be like, I think it'd be the personality, the way it acts would be somewhat similar to this episode.
Yeah.
Portray how they portrayed Horsey. What did you think about the Meowth scene?
When he gets taken over?
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I actually really enjoyed that part. You know?
Okay.
It's just like I'm like, why does Tentacool have this ability? You know? He's poison.
And I want it.
It would make more sense to me if he was like water psychic. You know? Yeah. I'd be like, of course. You know, he's psychic. You know, but I think that's just a thing that they included for the plot to move forward. You know, like it could have worked just as easily, and they've done this in the past where like Pokemon talk to Meowth and Meowth just translates. You know, like they could have easily just been like holding Meowth and just like talking to him, and him being like, "No, I'm not going to say something," and like squeezing him. You know, it's like, okay. They say they're tired of you. You know, like destroying their land.
He's all like, cool, Tentacool.
Yeah.
He's saying this is not cool.
Yeah.
But you guys, it's not cool.
They should have gave like when Meowth was talking as Tentacool, they should have gave him like this like Detroit like, you know, from like the 20s gangsters.
Yeah. Yes. And then just have saying things like, you know, he doesn't want you in his turf, or something like that. Yeah. The gangsta of the sea. That's the quote of the episode for sure. Oh man, when the tentacles are passing by, all the fish just kind of go to the other side of the sea.
I don't blame them. I would not want any part of those tentacles.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I did not like the little entourage, the Nestina entourage. That was a bit much.
I think they're called ladyboys.
Oh, ladyboys?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not my thing.
Let's see if we can look up a PG-13 picture of a ladyboy.
Oh gosh, no.
Okay, these are all PG-13.
Yeah.
So
what is this turned into here?
So these are like ladyboys. These are actually men, and you can't even like tell.
Yeah, man. This is like a pretty hot topic right now, right about these days.
Like, would you have guessed that any of these are men?
You know what? I'm just happy that I don't have to care about that anymore. I'm married, so I'm happy. I'm happily married, and I don't need to worry about what other people are doing with their life right now. Although, I would say, I don't know. I won't get too political here in the Poke showing. But I would like for some of this stuff to not be shared in schools than for little kids. You know what I mean? That's where I'm gonna leave it at. But
but no, that's what that reminds me of, though. It reminds me of the ladyboys.
Yeah. Yep. So that's all I've got to say about that.
So, let's go into ratings, man. What did you rate this episode?
You know, I thought I remembered this episode, but actually it was a lot cooler than I remember. I am a sucker for monster movies. I'm a sucker for cool visuals and shots. This episode caught all of that. I actually also really enjoyed Misty's angle. I think it was well done. I mean, at the end where they're like, "Oh, Tentacruel is actually pretty cool." Like, that was a little over the top. Like, let's think about all this whole city that got destroyed. But kind of Godzilla vibes too, right? Like, they look at, especially in the movies, Godzilla is like their savior, while he's also destroying and killing so many people.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I really, really enjoyed this movie. I have to. I think I'm gonna give it. I'll give it 4 acid squirts.
Oh. Yeah, you notice when she got squirted right in the face?
Yep.
That was the money shot right there.
Right. Yeah, 4 acid squirts. I really enjoyed this movie. Enjoyed the chaos, the havoc, as you say. I enjoyed the uprising, the cool visuals, Misty's angle. I also enjoyed the build-up. I felt like it was a pretty good build-up too, right? Like, Horsey was kind of warning them, going off into the shadows. Like, they started learning about the Tentacool. Like, I felt like the build-up, especially for a Pokemon episode, which they usually don't have build-ups. Like, I do love a good build-up, and I felt like they nailed it.
Yeah. I feel like what really worked for this episode is it was like 99% plot, you know? Every conversation that happened in this episode, like, almost served a purpose, you know? Whether it was silly or not. This is one of those times that Team Rocket added to the plot, not took away from. You know, they were very intertwined and a part of it. Like we both agree on, I love a big monster movie, and I feel like this followed all the tropes. It followed everything. If I had changed anything, it'd just be Nestina's character. But I mean, like, I feel like for a children's show, she served a purpose. She was silly, over the top, you know, like something you expect children to laugh at, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
I would say I really enjoyed this episode. It's another one of those episodes that, aside from catching Horsey, you could take out, took away, and it doesn't add to this series as a whole. But man, nothing beats a good monster episode, though. You know?
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it, you know, and it had a good message behind it, you know, like, hey, like, quit destroying animal homelands, you know, and I have no complaints, really. I give it a 4.
4? Yeah.
4 exploring Tentacruel tentacles.
Ooh. I wonder where he's getting those into.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully us.
Let's just say this. We both think they're aliens, and we know where aliens like to probe. Alright?
Yep. I would agree with everything, except I do still have just minor complaints. I feel like the ending maybe could have been a little different. Maybe it was showed a little bit more of rebuilding. Maybe Ash and Misty and Brock talking to the people and trying to help them rebuild or something like that. Like them just going off on the next boat and being like, "Oh, Tentacruel's awesome."
I don't really feel like that's their style, though. Like, they wrecked the Cerulean City gym, and they didn't stay to rebuild it. They wrecked the whole Pokemon Center. They didn't stay to rebuild it. You know.
Yeah, you're right. You're probably right. Never mind. They're true to character. You're right. Yeah. The other thing that I think the other part of this episode that I might have changed, or I think could have been improved upon, is just and the battles, right? Like, I feel like in the first generation, the Pokemon battles are very simplistic. And I think that's what's keeping me, a lot of these episodes, from giving higher ratings. I was happy that they threw out a lot of their Pokemon against the Tentacools.
Yeah.
But it was very much one move each Pokemon and that's it. You know? I would like to see a little more back and forth with the fighting. And I think we'll get to see a little bit more of that as as we get into other generations and stuff like that.
I mean, it's probably a budget thing right now, you know? Like, these are
Could be.
This is like the pilot episodes, you know? Pokemon isn't big yet.
Yeah. I think if there was a little more battling, this definitely would have gotten a higher rating for me. But I don't give 4s very sparingly. Like, I think it's a really good episode, and it is definitely one of my favorite ones we've seen so far. Up there with the Clefairy and Raichu episodes.
You know what? We should go back and we should write down all the ratings we give on these episodes. And at the end of the series, we can go back and look at which ones were our top 5, you know, or top 10.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I know right now we haven't seen that many episodes, but I think the ones that have given the highest ratings to are this one.
Man, we are almost at 20 episodes, bro.
But look, 20 is enough for me to remember which ones I really like them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think as we go further in, I'll probably forget about the Lighthouse episode. I remember that I liked that one and you didn't as much.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Definitely. We'll have to go back. Maybe we'll do it today after the stream, you know?
Yeah, I'm down.
Alright. So let's look at what's next week, guys.
Also, guys, I think Ryan just kind of glossed over it, but I think what the purpose of this episode is, and I think something that Pokemon really wanted us to take away from this is take care of our natural habitats.
Yeah.
I'm not a paid spokesman here, but pick up your garbage, bro, and sisters. Take care of this world, because it really is all up to us, because the big corporations aren't doing too much. And so clean up after yourselves. When you go camping, clean up after whoever was there before. Don't throw your garbage in the water, in the lakes or oceans or wherever you're at. Just try to take care of this world, you guys, for real. These animals are a huge part of where we live, and I think we got to do our part.
Agreed. So next week's episode is The Ghost of Maiden's Peak. Ooh, man, this is a good one.
Do you know this is actually the first episode of Pokemon I've ever seen?
Really?
I remember The Ghost of Maiden's Peak is the first Pokemon episode I've ever seen. And I thought, man, this show's pretty creepy. I'm excited to rewatch it because I don't think I've seen it since then. But there's a lot of memorable things from it. Yeah, I think the further we get, the least we're gonna remember.
Oh, for sure. All right.
The breeding center secret. Oh gosh.
If you know
That
what I
one
mean.
sounds like a hentai for an episode. Oh gosh.
All right, man. Anything you want to add before we wrap this up?
No, guys. I'm just want to say I'm having a lot of fun with these Poké showings. We appreciate the support. You guys are watching our videos. We're gonna just keep going as long as we can with these. So try to watch every single Pokemon episode. So just keep up with us. I know that Twitch deletes our videos after a while, but at least we get to keep them on there for a while for you guys to keep up with us. And thank you guys for the support. And yeah, man, you always love doing these things with you, Ryan. It's a lot of fun. It's like you say, two best friends watching Pokemon.
Two best friends
Doesn't get
watching
better than
Pokemon.
this.
Yeah, guys, thank you for coming out, supporting us, watching us. Like I said, this is great. This makes my week, you know?
Same, yeah. But it would make our week even more if you hung some bananas off of your chin for us.
Or someone else's. While giving all eyes.
While giving. You know what? If you want to, get triple X here, just do it all in the bedroom,
There's no better
Spice
place.
things up.
I think bananas are like the looked over aphrodisiac, I think there's no way if I saw bananas on someone's chin, I would not be DTF. All right, guys. I'm about it.
Okay.
All right.
That's why if you look at our little graphic here, Ryan is the big banana.
I'm big banana. I'm the gangster.
You're the
of
big
bananas.
banana on our graphic. Yeah, and I think I'm the banana right behind you, huh? Or no, behind the balls.
You're my big spoon.
A big spoon, yeah.
All right, guys. Give us like 5-10 minutes, and we'll be on for a ripe run. You're not gonna want to miss this episode. I am determined to try to get 2 badges, guys. So join in. Don't miss it. Let's go. Granola man. Okay. Peace.